Hello everyone. Are you thinking about starting a social enterprise but wondering whether you have the right resources and skills to make it work? Or perhaps you're worried about whether your charity can compete with others working in similar areas. Let's find out how to make an easy assessment of all of this. It's called the VRIO Analysis, and it's for you. Hello everyone, I'm Louise from the Social Strategy Cafe, and it's lovely to have you here. This channel provides tools and tips for strategically developing your non-profit. So it doesn't matter whether you work for a charity, whether you work for an NGO, or you work for a social enterprise. So perhaps you're a bit worried about your competitive advantage, either in the non-profit space or in terms of starting an income generation project or a social enterprise. But don't worry, a VRIO analysis is a really easy way to figure out whether you have competitive advantage and where it lies. Grab yourself a cuppa and let's take a look. Understanding where you stand in terms of competitiveness when you're a non-profit can be tricky and confusing. Even if you are a charity or an organisation that is value rather than profit-driven, you still need to be competitive and understand where you fit in the market and whether you have a competitive advantage that is sustainable. But don't worry, it's easy to do. The VRIO analysis tool works really well in helping you analyse where your basis of competitive strength lies. It was devised by Jay Barney, an American professor of strategic management, in 1991. Let's go through it. So first, make a list of all the resources that you have available to you in your organisation. And you can split these resources into physical resources, financial resources, and human resources. So physical resources are things such as buildings, transportation, access to facilities, IT equipment, databases, machinery, and things like that. Your financial resources could be your reserves, your cash in the bank, your donations, your grants, your income from income generation projects. Your human resources could be your volunteers, your networks, your managers, your staff, your trustees or directors, your partners, and even your organisational contacts and culture. Now, make a list of all your capabilities or skills in terms of your resources. What are you good or really good at? First, look in terms of your physical resources. Are you really good at managing your facilities? Are you really organised in terms of your processes? Do you have a special building that you are making really good use of? Now, what about your financial resources? Do you have any particular strengths here, such as income generation or donors that give regularly? Now let's look at your human capabilities. Do you have any particular skills within your organisation? Perhaps you're really good at running projects or innovating. Are you the only organisation doing what you're doing? Do you have staff that are particularly excellent at training or perhaps good at fundraising or IT? Make a note of all this detail here. Now, I want you to think about whether all of these things are valuable, rare, inimitable, and organised. And yes, this is where the VRIO comes in. And if you're wondering what inimitable means, it just means that it's hard to imitate or copy. So other organisations might not be able to do this very easily. In terms of organised, it just means whether your organisation is appropriately organised to exploit your resources and capabilities. So this is where you create your really detailed list. For everything you've written down under your physical, financial and human resources and capabilities, make a note as to whether these are valuable, yes or no, rare, yes or no, inimitable, yes or no, organised, yes or no. If you want to, you could grade these elements in different colours to demonstrate where they are in terms of this scale of value. If you're lucky enough to find elements of your organisation that are both inimitable and organised, this is where you have sustained competitive advantage. But don't panic if you haven't got there yet. If you find that you have areas of your organisation that are not just valuable, but rare, this may be the place to put extra focus. Going through this process may well have given you some ideas of ways that you can boost some of your organisation and take these resources and capabilities to the next level. But if it hasn't, still don't worry. How about taking some management time with your colleagues, your trustees or volunteers to really develop your thinking and just add thoughts to this list? I suggest that as you complete your research, make some notes or prompts of ideas that you could discuss with your colleagues of areas that you could develop or improve, or just ideas of projects in your head. Keeping this list and reviewing and revising it will be really helpful in your management meetings to determine priorities going forward. Remember, to get to this stage can take time, and if you are clear on where you want to put your organisation's energies, you will be able to get to the stage of being much more sustainably competitive, which means that your organisation will be much more secure in the longer term. And don't forget to keep an eye on what is happening outside your organisation through both a PESTLE analysis and a competitor analysis. And if you're not sure how to do this, then you can take a look at the videos I've created just to give you a few tips, because you don't want to be faced with a nasty shock to find something happening in your external environment that you didn't foresee that impacts what you do. Anyway, just a quick conclusion. A VRIO analysis stands for valuable, rare, inimitable, and organised. You should list every aspect of your organisation's physical, financial, and human resources and capabilities, and assess where they are under the VRIO to ascertain your competitive sustainability. This will help you understand where you are unique and where you should put a bit more focus. Thank you to everyone for watching, and if you have a video that you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below. Have a good week, everyone.